What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP here on the 8-hour time frame, guys. Immaculate price action to the upside. I'm super excited to see what has been happening here over the last day or so, right? Huge price action towards that top end of around 256, but I gotta say, we ended up meeting that target of around 260. Guys, man, you know what? I was explaining this to the team not too long ago, right? I think it was actually today to the master students, which, by the way, huge thumbs up for the master students that are now effectively under the mentorship program with your boy ARCa here, right, guys? So huge love to all of my students, man. Shout out to all of you there. But I did want to show you guys something, right? Please don't take it as me trying to overflex things, right? Don't look at it in that manner. What I'm trying to do here is actually inspire you, right? I'm trying to get you guys to see some interesting things, right, guys? So I'm going to just go ahead and bring this little screen down towards my bottom right here, right? But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of focus in on it so that you can see something that I put out here not too long ago, right? So go ahead and take a look at this video here, guys. So we put out on January 1st that we were likely going to hit a $2.61 target, right, guys? So that is absolutely what happened just yesterday, man. So as we go ahead and take a look at the price action and we observe what happened in the prior day right here, guys, take a look at this price, right? Of course, man, it didn't hit all the way to the 261 area, but we were able to nail right into that $2.60 zone. So if there is further price action to the upside, there is kind of a way for us to evaluate that probability as well. Now, how would that be? Well, guys, if you take a look at this here, it looks like a bull flag, right? Well, that's probably because it is one, man. So how do we do it? How do we measure that? How do we get that implied move towards the upside? So it is a bullish formation, so that would suggest that we're getting some upside price action, right? So what we do here is take a trend line, make sure to go all the way to that very top side of the bull flag, right? All the way down to that very bottom side of the bull flag, right? Make sure to make that line straight and then apply it to that top end that we measured it from, right? So this is giving you a target of about $2.73, right? So pretty damn powerful right there. Okay, now why would I be kind of pointing out this $2.73 zone based on price action that we were already talking about when we were down here somewhere in like freaking 1 cent, right? So what happened like from then until now, and then how in the world was ARCa able to kind of put out a video after this $2.61 target, right? This one here. But if you take a look at the next one and we kind of zoom in as much as we can, take a look at the video after that. So that is saying on the next video, $2.70, right, guys? So we were already kind of planning the potential continuation of price action, even after, right? Even after the price action that we just met. What was it? Was it really yeah, it was actually just yesterday, right? Saturday for me. So good job, guys. And I do think that we now have a fundamental, or not fundamental, right? More of a technical reason for us to meet that top side target of around $2.73. So we're looking good, man. We're looking good. But what I want to do truly is just like we always do, right? We want to use the volatility versus momentum profile to understand or to validate potential continuations to the upside or downside, because we spoke about that 261 target to come back to some lower zones. I was expecting for us to come back down to the 243.60, maybe 239.02, but for some odd reason or another, right, I didn't get that price action just yet. But the price is not, it's not over just yet. So let's remember, I do not script these things. These videos are just done with one take. In fact, the Discord team is actually watching me do this right now, and no pressure whatsoever. So what's up to you guys? But anyway, yeah. So these are they're non-scripted, and I'm just going as I see, right? Just as you're just giving me a chart in front of me, man, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna see what the hell it's doing. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna continue continue this filming here because this is just the way I do it when I'm by myself. I just have an audience this time, right, guys? But let's go ahead and continue here with XRP. And this is that formation that we set for the upside. So let's go ahead and bring up or kind of hide all these drawings here, and then now start looking at the profile of volatility in linear here versus stochastic momentum. Remember that volatility representing the dispersion of returns will actually represent your participants in the market, right? Let's just say that if we are expanding towards the upside, that means that more and more participants are starting to or are deciding to participate within the buying and selling of the asset. It does not mean necessarily that we're going towards the upside. It doesn't mean that we're going towards the downside if this thing is pivoted upward or downward. It just means that we're accelerating, right? So use that as acceleration and use the stochastic momentum as your direction, right? So if this thing is kind of facing the downside and we are actually facing an upside here, that means that we are accelerating towards the downside in the 8-hour time frame. But how do we essentially how do we move into this time frame, and is there validity to this downside in an 8-hour? Well, that's why I'm going to take you guys down to a more immediate short term. So let's go ahead and go granular here into the 15-minute time frame and see what it's doing. So now what I want to point out here is that yes, we have a nice upside bias on that 15-minute time frame, but notice that the volatility component and moving average are contracting, right? So contraction is downside, expansion is to the upside. So that means that there are lesser and lesser participants coming into the market as we're moving on an upside trend. So that means that there is no buy side conviction on that immediate short. So what about the 30-minute time frame? What's it doing? So the 30-minute time frame is indicating here a potential shift towards the upside. It's gonna that 30-minute time frame from the time of the recording right now, which is 8:55 p.m. Pacific. This is ending in about 4 minutes and 45 seconds. This is a 50% prior bar retrace on this candle, and it doesn't show that we have too much volatility expansion at all. We're actually just mean reverted. What it means is that we're trading in the 50% of a range, and if that is the actual truth here, then I would tend to believe it, right? I know that this thing is just about to show you all the drawings ever right here, right? But I think that what we're doing here is trading within this bound, right? This top end here, this low end here, and price action is literally sitting right about here at this moment. So that's what I mean by the 50% of a range, and that's why I think I'm seeing this within the volatility component of the 30-minute time frame. So consolidation is what I'm catching here for the immediate short term. Let's go ahead and move on. Hourly time frame is actually, opposing the 30-minute time frame. This is about to close a pretty nice little bullish engulfing here and a true green outside bar. So that has 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go. That could give us a shift towards maybe just consolidation. I don't think this is going to shift to the upside. This wasn't enough green for us to shift the volatility, the stochastic momentum indicator towards, just upside here. I do not think it's enough pressure. So I think that we still have some more consolidation on the hourly. Let's go to the bi-hourly time frame. Okay, bi-hourly time frame contracted down to a huge minimum. We're starting to shift that volatility towards that contractive flat bottom, which means that we could be experiencing here a shift into volatility soonish, but we still have an hour to go. So there's still kind of there's still a hold time or a wait time. Now, let's see. So, okay, there we go. So I do think that would be consolidation enough that can last all the way to about 3 hours time. So 3 hours time of consolidation / slight downside would give us about an ATR of 5 cents. So from the opening of the 3-hour bar, we could be experiencing a drop of 5 cents. So that would be 240. That would be just about 246. So if $2.46 is our support, then then why is that? Why in the hell would it be suggesting 246? Well, guys, that's yesterday's low. We came down to $2.47 and also confluent to this pivot right about here at $2.46. So mathematically speaking, the 3-hour time frame is indicating the end of the downside or consolidation range into a potential drop of that target. So if that's going to be the case here, then we've already identified the chop area that we are kind of in, right? We just did all that math to kind of just say that box that I drew earlier, that's where the up is going down there and then back up and then back down and back up. Okay, so now 4-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. But before I do so, guys, I want to make sure that you remember here that it is not too late for you to become an ARC Masters course student. Okay, guys, I want to make sure that you guys put yourselves in this thing. Stop making excuses, right? Make an investment on yourself, because if there's going to be anything that you should invest in, it should be yourself, right, guys? I want to see that email at arcmasterscourse@gmail.com tonight. Make sure to get it done tonight, because we just started the first week, the introduction week, and I don't want you to miss out anymore. I want to see you in the front seat here, guys. No more excuses. Let's get this thing rolling. I want to see you guys succeed in the financial markets. Okay, guys, arcmasterscourse@gmail. Request the syllabus, and I will give you the disclaimer as well. Okay, team. So enough with the shill. Let's go ahead and continue on the analysis for XRP and find out what that 4-hour time frame continuation would be via volatility and momentum. Now, 6-hour time frame, that would be a little bit of a shift towards the downside still, right? I'm not really bullish on that too much. 8-hour time frame still has some downside to go, and actually the 12-hour time frame is looking interesting. Okay, so there could be a shift to the upside in the larger time. Okay, daily time frame contraction, but the daily just started. Okay, buy daily. Let's see what it's got to say. Buy daily upside, and it has a first signal of volatility. Okay, whoa, this one's a little tough. I would say, guys, that we're going to be experiencing here consolidation for the better part of today. It feels like there could be some type of announcement, or it feels like this is the move before we can continue on to the upside. In other words, what I'm saying is that we broke above a major area of inflection, XRP being being the case here. 245 to about $2 and 246 is what we said, right? 246 to about 251 or 250. That's going to be your area of support. So that's support bound, guys. I don't know that it can break it. I don't think that it could, right? But if it did break it, I would assume that it would be in spite of your weekly time frame, right, guys? The weekly time frame opened up here just recently, and this would be indicating a 50% prior bar pull. If that does happen, if it does happen, there is reason for price action to retrace down to $2.45 upon validating weakness. Okay, I don't see, and I'm going to be very clear and very blunt here, I don't see weakness as far as XRP is concerned. Now, do not mistake the word weakness as in it's going to fall and it's going to fail and then there's no more upside. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. I'm talking about natural price action, the typical ebb and flow. So if that's the case, know that we just got a weekly closure. And remember what we always say, right? Write it down. Put a sticky note in front of your screen. Do whatever you got to do to remember this. But whenever we get a close of a candle, right, like this one here, this is the close of the prior weekly bar, there is a 60 to 70% probability that we can get a 30 to 50% prior bar pullback. Okay, so we just opened this about 5 hours ago, right? This 6-hour bar, the 6-day bar, sorry. 6-day bar. The weekly fucking bar has 6 days to close. Stop with the bullshit, right? So we just opened it up at $2.50, right? So this would be us getting a little bit of a pump towards that upside to get that little bit of a fake out, and then we would bring things down towards this area here, guys. Know for a fact that the weekly time frame retrace on this at 50% would be confluent to $2.35. Okay, I'm not saying we're going there, but the 50% retrace on that bar is located there. So if there's any room or any reason for us to do it based on statistics or based on traditional market price behavior, well, that would be fucking it. But I'm not sure that we can actually reach all the way down there. My biases are landing, I guess in this order, right? It would be 235. We have the area of about 239, and then continuing into that 245 zone, and of course the one that I spoke to you about, $2.50. So in that order, just inverse it, right? So I do think that the high probabilities of retraces would, I'm not even sure that it'll succeed or that it'll last below $2.50 for too long, right? But as XRP, is looking pretty good. Now, as we move on to a higher time frame, as we move on to like more macro time, weekly time frame, look at this massive amount of upside that we have, guys. This is your volatility at complete expansion, right? A little bit of contraction there, but we're at critical. And notice here that your stochastic momentum is inside of the gravitational pull in the bullish control zone. So this is still suggesting a massive continuation towards the upside, and that's very, very powerful here, okay? Bi-weekly time frame on this, we are going to be, it looks like we still have, we opened it just a couple days ago, and this now has a little bit of downside here. So if there is a downside, that's probably going to get corrected by the weekly time frame, by the 5-day time frame, actually, when that one closes, which could be a couple days from now. The monthly time here, guys, look at, oh my goodness, man, XRP. This is your actual trend here. This is what's actually happening within XRP, right? Massive, massive, massive upside pivot on that monthly time stochastic momentum, and you have your huge ass price action towards the upside on that monthly time. Bi-monthly time also, right? Huge volatility expansion upside in the gravitational zone, guys. This is likely to continue towards continuation to the upside. And I gotta say, man, the targets that we're potentially talking about right now are just the beginning for what I'm seeing here. You know, your quarterly chart, massive expansion, huge upside bias on stochastics, 5-month break of volatility, upside bias there, guys. These are signs, these are signals here that I the more you have, the more signals like this that you have, with an upside bias on stochastics and breaking volatility like that, that's in macro times like this, guys, that's huge price. That's big time price. And I'm not going to be shy to say that, I guess I'm being shy by, kind of holding back what I'm trying to say now. So let's just go speculative ARCa bulls, right? Like always, man. I know you guys like the speculative ARCa, right? So whatever. Let's let me hold on. How was that thing? Okay, yeah, it's with the shift button. So let me see if I can actually block the drawings. Yeah, we could. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take into consideration here your bull flag breakout, right? So that would be something along the lines of this here, right? So, oh my goodness. One more time. I don't know that I can hold it like that. Okay, that's roughly, let's see, 90 to 190 to 290, that would be $1. So 290, 390, that would put us right at about, that would be $3.90. So potential $4 target could be in line here. And now it's based on a weekly time frame trend. So if that does show 390, what other metrics do we have to kind of validate such a ridiculous move to the upside? You know what I mean? So I guess since we're just closing your 5 days and your 4-day, right? So if we're closing the 4-day, it looks like we have a $3.26 target on a 4-day. Let's see, 3-day time frame. Bollinger Bands retracements. There we go. Right there you go. This is your volatility. We're doing this. Check it out. Let me see if I can bring the drawings and everything back here and see if I have a reversion variant and it's kind of show you what's happening here. I know fucking all these drawings everywhere and shit. Okay, so that would be 2 standard deviations up. So if we can consider, oh shit, I forgot I didn't. That's a modification that I'm going to have to add here pretty damn soon. So I can do it with regular Bollinger Bands. Actually, let's do that. Regular Bollinger Bands, which are the volatility bands for expansion and contraction. And if you adjust the settings inside of the Bollinger Bands to a factor of 4 standard deviations, then that would give you the upper bound target. And that would show you right about here in the red little numbers, right? That'll show you $3.82 on a 3-day. And we just opened up that 3-day time frame. And it just so happens to be the target that we're observing here for the bull flag right there. Here's your red line, right? Not only that is, of course, you are also observing the 4 spot 236 at $3.81. And we had already signaled the potential topside targets around this area here and already signaled the $4.60 via other strategies, right? That we've experienced here. So yeah, guys, I do think that there's very limited downside for the price action direction here on XRP for the immediate short term. I do think that we do have a continuation towards that upside. I think that we can actually hit into that 270s target here pretty soon. If we start getting that 270s target, guys, your likelihood of continuing to 290 becomes immediately possible, guys. We are above an inflection zone, and we have to continue to close valuations of 4-hour time frames, right? 4-hour closures above this area of 250 would be ideal for the continuation of XRP. And it's already kind of suggesting that, but we just have some immediate short-term time frame weakness, okay, guys? But that is really about it for this video here, guys. So if you have any questions or concerns, make sure to reach out to me. Please remember to sign up for that course. But I gotta stop this video so I can get it out to you guys on YouTube, okay, team? But I think that is it, and I wish you all very, very, very well, right? And yeah. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever, man. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.